In the vastness of our planet's landscapes, mountains stand as some of the most formidable and awe-inspiring features. Their towering peaks and rugged ridges often appear timeless and unchanging, as if nature carved them in an era beyond memory and left them untouched by the passage of time. This illusion of permanence can lead one to believe that mountains are fixed, eternal sentinels watching over the Earth's surface. Yet, beneath this facade of solidity lies a world in constant motion, a dynamic system of forces and processes that shape and reshape the land over eons. Mountains, in their silent grandeur, offer a reminder of nature's slow, deliberate artistry. They are born from the Earth's restlessness, the outcome of geological forces that operate at a pace far removed from human perception. Over millions of years, these forces push and pull at the planet's crust, creating the majestic ranges that punctuate our horizons. It is in this slow dance of geological activity that mountains emerge, grow, and eventually fade. Imagine, if you will, the slow but relentless push of tectonic plates beneath our feet. These massive slabs of the Earth's crust move with an almost imperceptible grace, their progress measured in mere centimeters each year. Yet, over time, their interactions give rise to some of the most dramatic landscapes on the planet. As plates converge, they fold and crumple the rocks between them, pushing them upwards to form new heights. It is a process that seems almost paradoxical, one of great violence carried out with quiet patience. In this world of slow change, small shifts accumulate, leading to the towering peaks we see today. Each layer of rock tells a story of past environments, of ancient seas and shifting sands, now lifted high above the land. Over time, the weight of these layers presses them together, transforming them into the solid foundations of mountains. It is a reminder that what appears unchanging is, in truth, the result of countless subtle movements and transformations. The illusion of stillness is further challenged when we consider the forces of erosion. Wind, water, and ice act as nature's sculptors, gradually wearing down the rock faces, carving out valleys and shaping ridges. Even as mountains rise, they are being worn away, their material carried off to distant places where it may one day form new land. This cycle of creation and destruction is part of a vast, interconnected system that governs our planet. As you listen to these reflections, perhaps you find yourself imagining the mountains nearest to you, or those you have seen in photographs or on travels. Consider their enduring presence, their seeming immutability, and yet appreciate the subtle shifts that are always at work. These giants are not static. They are the product of a living Earth, an Earth that is constantly in motion beneath our feet. The dynamic nature of mountains serves as both a humbling and comforting thought. It reminds us of the long history of our planet, of the forces that have shaped it and continue to do so. Mountains are a testament to nature's ability to craft beauty from chaos, to create order from the seemingly random movements of the Earth's crust. As we conclude this gentle introduction to the world of mountains, we invite you to reflect on the quiet power of these natural wonders. They are much more than mere landscapes. They are active participants in the Earth's ongoing story. If you find these musings on nature's grandeur intriguing, we would be delighted if you would share where you are listening from and what time it might be there. Your insights enrich our journey. And if you find solace or fascination in these wanderings, consider subscribing to join us as we continue to explore the wonders of our world. In the gentle embrace of dawn, as light spills over jagged peaks and softens their outlines, mountains seem to stand as ancient sentinels, guardians of a world that remains unchanged. Their towering presence suggests permanence, a solidity that defies the passage of time. Yet, beneath this tranquil facade lies a history of ceaseless transformation, a reminder that mountains are far from inert. The illusion of stillness is a beguiling one. It invites the mind to rest, to imagine that the peaks have always been as they are now, fixed points in the landscape that mark the horizon. But the heart of each mountain tells a different tale, one of movement and change that unfolds over eons. The journey of a mountain begins deep within the earth, where immense forces slowly mold the crust, pushing upwards layer upon layer. At a pace that seems imperceptible, the very ground beneath us is in constant motion. Tectonic plates, vast slabs of the Earth's lithosphere, glide over the semi-fluid asthenosphere below. They carry continents and oceans alike, shifting positions with an unhurried grace. This silent dance of the Earth's outer shell is what gives birth to mountains, as plates converge, diverge, or slide past one another. Over millions of years, the relentless movement of these plates can lift entire land masses, creating the illusion of mountains rising suddenly from the earth. Yet this is no sudden act of creation. It is a gradual ascent, millimeter by millimeter, as the crust thickens and buckles under pressure. What seems like a momentary uprising is, in fact, the culmination of countless slow adjustments, each adding to the height and complexity of the range. The forces at play are vast and patient. They bend and fold the rock, sometimes gently, sometimes with the weight of continents behind them. The rock, although seemingly solid, responds with flexibility over geological timescales, accommodating the stresses imposed upon it. This slow bending and folding are the signatures of deep time, recorded in the strata of the mountains. As the mountains rise, their peaks reach into the atmosphere, where they begin to influence the world around them. They catch the winds, redirecting their course, and capture moisture from the clouds, turning it into rain or snow. The climate itself is subtly altered by their presence, a testament to their interaction with the elements. Yet, the illusion of stillness persists. To the eye, mountains seem to endure unchanged across lifetimes, but their surfaces are constantly being reshaped. Erosion, the quiet sculptor, works tirelessly, wearing down peaks and slopes, transporting sediment to distant valleys and plains. This gradual wearing away is as much a part of the mountain's life as its growth, ensuring its form is never static. The interplay of uplift and erosion creates a dynamic equilibrium, a balance that maintains the mountain's presence even as it evolves. The peaks may rise slightly faster than they erode, or perhaps erosion outpaces uplift. Yet the mountains endure, their outlines shifting subtly over time. In this dance of creation and destruction, the mountains tell a story of resilience and change. They remind us that what seems permanent is often transient, shaped by processes that operate beyond human perception. The mountains we see today are snapshots in a long continuum, their forms a testament to the forces that crafted them. The illusion of stillness, then, is both a comfort and a gentle lesson. It invites us to pause, to reflect on the nature of change and to appreciate the hidden forces that shape our world. Mountains, in their grandeur, offer a glimpse into the slow yet relentless power of the earth, a power that continues to mold the landscape in ways both subtle and profound. As we stand before these ancient giants, we are reminded of our place in this vast, interconnected system. The earth beneath our feet may feel solid and unyielding, but it is part of a planet that is ever in motion, its features continually reshaped by the passage of time. The mountains, though they appear eternal, are part of a world that is always becoming, always in flux. In this quiet understanding, we find a new perspective on the landscapes that surround us. We learn to see the mountains not just as monuments to endurance, but as living entities shaped by the forces of nature and time. They stand as reminders of the beauty and complexity of a world that is never truly still, a world where change is the only constant. Beneath our feet lies a surface that appears stable and unchanging, yet, in truth, it is anything but. The ground we stand upon is part of a vast, interconnected system in perpetual motion. This is the Earth's outer shell, known as the lithosphere, a collection of tectonic plates that float upon the semi-fluid asthenosphere below. These plates, though seemingly inert, are constantly on the move, driven by forces deep within the planet. The concept of tectonic plates was first widely accepted in the mid-20th century, reshaping our understanding of Earth's geology. These plates are enormous slabs of solid rock, varying in size and shape, covering the entire surface of the planet. Their movement is slow, often imperceptible in a human lifetime, yet relentless. As they drift, they carry continents and ocean floors along with them, subtly altering the geography of our world. The primary driver of this movement is the heat emanating from Earth's interior. This heat creates convection currents within the mantle, a layer of hot, pliable rock beneath the lithosphere. As these currents rise and fall, they exert a force on the tectonic plates, nudging them in different directions. The plates can move apart, slide past one another, or converge, each interaction leading to a different geological outcome. At the boundaries where plates diverge, new crust is formed. This occurs primarily along mid-ocean ridges, where magma from the mantle wells up to create new oceanic crust. As the magma cools, it adds fresh rock to the edges of the separating plates. Over millions of years, this process can expand ocean basins and reshape coastlines. Conversely, when plates converge, one may be forced beneath the other in a process known as subduction. The descending plate melts and recycles back into the mantle, while the overriding plate can crumple and fold, eventually giving rise to mountain ranges. These tectonic processes are slow, with plates typically moving at rates of just a few centimeters per year, a pace comparable to the growth of human fingernails. Yet even these small, incremental movements can lead to significant geological changes over vast spans of time. Entire oceans have opened and closed as plates have shifted, and continents that once clustered together have drifted apart, altering the face of the planet. What seems fixed and permanent is, in reality, part of an ongoing dance of creation and destruction. The gradual movement of tectonic plates also influences seismic activity. As the plates grind against each other, stress builds up along fault lines until it is released in the form of earthquakes. While these events are sudden and often destructive, they are part of the natural cycle of plate tectonics, a reminder of the dynamic nature of Earth's surface. Volcanoes, too, are a product of tectonic activity, often found along plate boundaries. As plates diverge or converge, magma can find its way to the surface, resulting in volcanic eruptions. These eruptions, while explosive and dramatic, are another means by which the Earth renews itself, adding new layers to the crust and altering landscapes. Over geological timescales, the movement of tectonic plates has played a crucial role in shaping the environment. The distribution of continents and oceans influences climate patterns, ocean currents, and even biodiversity. As land masses shift, climates change, habitats are transformed, and species evolve in response to new conditions. One might imagine the Earth as a restless giant, its surface constantly being reshaped by the invisible forces beneath. While we go about our daily lives, the ground beneath us is slowly, inexorably changing, part of a complex system that has been in motion for billions of years. This silent, unending process of renewal and transformation is a testament to the dynamic nature of our planet. In this ever-shifting landscape, mountains rise and fall, continents drift, and oceans expand and contract. The story of Earth's surface is one of constant change, a reminder that nothing in nature remains static. The ground beneath us is a living, breathing entity, its movements imperceptible to us, yet fundamental to the character of the planet we call home. As we reflect on the slow, steady movement of tectonic plates, we gain a deeper appreciation for the forces that have shaped our world. These movements, though subtle, are powerful enough to create mountains, open seas, and transform entire ecosystems. They remind us of the intricate balance and interconnectedness of Earth's systems, a delicate dance that has been ongoing for eons. In this ever-evolving world, the only constant is change itself. The movements of Earth's outer shell are a testament to the planet's vitality, a gentle yet profound reminder of the dynamic forces at work beneath our feet. As we stand upon this shifting ground, we are part of a story that began long before us and will continue long after, a story of a planet in perpetual motion. In the soft, unhurried rhythm of Earth's vastness, continents drift as if in a gentle dance across the planet's surface. This slow movement, almost imperceptible from the vantage point of a human lifetime, is a testament to the quiet power of geological forces at play. Beneath our feet, the Earth's outer shell is divided into enormous plates that float atop the semi-fluid layer of the mantle. This process, known as plate tectonics, is a fundamental mechanism driving the evolution of our planet's landscape. To understand this grand motion, we must first consider the concept of the lithosphere. This rigid outer layer comprises both the crust and the uppermost part of the mantle. It is broken into tectonic plates, each varying in size and thickness. These plates are in constant, albeit slow, motion, shifting at rates of mere centimeters per year. Over millions of years, these small increments accumulate, resulting in significant changes to the world's geography. At the heart of this movement lies the mantle's convection currents. Deep beneath the surface, heat from the Earth's core creates currents within the mantle, much like the slow stirrings of a pot of soup on a gentle simmer. These currents slowly but persistently push and pull the tectonic plates in different directions. As plates diverge, converge, or slide past one another, they shape the Earth's surface in profound ways. The process of seafloor spreading is one of the quieter marvels of tectonics. Along mid-ocean ridges where tectonic plates are moving apart, molten rock rises from beneath the Earth's crust to fill the gap. This new material cools and solidifies, forming new oceanic crust. Over time, this continuous addition of material causes the ocean floor to spread, gradually pushing continents apart. The Atlantic Ocean, for example, grows wider by a few centimeters each year, as the plates on either side slowly drift away from one another. As continents drift, they set in motion a series of slow but significant changes. This movement can lead to the opening of new ocean basins, the closure of old ones, and the eventual collision of land masses. Such collisions are instrumental in the creation of mountain ranges, where the immense forces involved push and fold the Earth's crust into towering peaks. The drifting of continents is not a random process, but rather a complex interplay of forces. The buoyancy of the lithosphere, the drag of the mantle's convection currents, and the gravitational pull of subducting slabs all contribute to the direction and speed of plate movement. These factors combine to guide the continents along their slow, meandering paths. As continents migrate, they carry with them vast ecosystems and climates. Over geological time, these journeys can bring a landmass from tropical latitudes to polar regions and back again. This slow migration affects not only the physical landscape, but also the evolution of life itself, as species adapt to new environments and climates. The journey of the continents is a story of gradual transformation, a testament to the enduring power of time and pressure. As they drift, the surface of our planet is continuously reshaped, setting the stage for the birth of mountains. This ongoing process, driven by forces deep within the Earth, reminds us of the interconnectedness of all things, where even the most seemingly static features are subject to the slow but relentless march of geological time. In this gentle dance of continents, we see the quiet majesty of the Earth's processes. Mountains may rise and fall, oceans may open and close, but the slow drift of the continents continues unabated, a serene reminder of the dynamic planet beneath our feet. As the plates move, they write the story of the Earth's landscape, a narrative etched in stone over epochs, quietly unfolding 1 centimeter at a time. In the serene silence where the Earth's layers meet, a gentle yet persistent force is at work. This is the quiet power of pressure. Unlike the sudden shattering of a rock under a hammer's blow, pressure in the depths of our planet exerts a patient influence, one that is both subtle and profound. Here, rocks are not merely crushed or cracked, they are gradually transformed, molded by the weight of the world above them. Imagine, if you will, the vast expanse of rock beneath the surface, a realm where time stretches and moments blur into millennia. It is in this hidden world that rocks respond to the forces around them, not with resistance, but with resilience. When subjected to immense pressure, these rocks bend and fold, their rigid structures yielding to the inexorable push of tectonic forces. This is not a process that happens in the blink of an eye, but over eons, as layers of sediment and stone slowly shift and settle. The rocks buried deep within the Earth are subject to both heat and pressure, conditions that favor plasticity over brittleness. The minerals within them, arranged in a crystalline lattice, begin to deform. They realign themselves, stretching and compressing in response to the stresses imposed upon them. This is a gradual dance of atoms, a slow rearrangement that allows the rock to flow almost like a liquid, albeit one that moves with the grace of glacial drift. Consider the forces at work here, not as violent or explosive, but as measured and enduring. The weight of mountains, the push of tectonic plates, these are the factors that apply pressure, layer upon layer, year upon year. And under such conditions, the rock does not fracture, it flows. Folds appear in the strata, curving and looping as the Earth's surface accommodates the changes below. These folds are the fingerprints of pressure, each one a testament to the slow, steady force that shapes our planet. Over time, the accumulation of these folds contributes to the formation of mountains. As the Earth's crust is compressed, it thickens, and what was once deep below begins to rise. The rock layers, now bent and twisted, rise upwards, pushed by the relentless pressure from beneath. It is a process that takes place over millions of years, with each fold adding to the height and complexity of the emerging mountain range. This quiet power of pressure does more than simply build mountains. It also plays a role in their eventual demise. As rocks continue to fold and shift, weaknesses may develop. These weaknesses can eventually lead to faulting, where the rock breaks and slips along a fracture. Yet even this, too, is a product of pressure, the culmination of forces that have been at work for countless centuries. The mountains that we see today, their peaks soaring high into the sky, are monuments to this enduring process. They stand as reminders of the incredible forces at work deep within the Earth, forces that are largely unseen and often unappreciated. But if we look closely, we can see the evidence of pressure's handiwork in the folded rocks, the tilted layers, and the very shape of the mountains themselves. At the heart of this process is the idea of balance. The pressure that builds mountains is matched by the forces that wear them down. Over time, erosion from wind, water, and ice will carve into the mountains, carrying away rock and sediment even as pressure continues to push them upwards. It is a delicate equilibrium, one that ensures the landscape is never static, but always evolving. The quiet power of pressure is a force that operates on a scale that defies human perception. It asks us to consider time in a different way, to think not in terms of years or decades, but in millions of years. It is a reminder of the patience of the Earth, of the slow and steady processes that shape our world in ways that are both subtle and profound. As we reflect on the power of pressure, we are reminded of the interconnectedness of all things. The mountains that rise from the Earth's surface are not isolated phenomena, but part of a larger system, a testament to the dynamic processes at play beneath our feet. These processes are a quiet symphony of forces, a harmonious interaction that spans the depths of geological time. In understanding the quiet power of pressure, we gain insight into the nature of our planet. We see that even the most solid and enduring features of the Earth are subject to change, shaped by forces that are both gentle and unyielding. And in this realization, there is a certain comfort, a knowledge that the world is always in motion, always becoming something new. The mountains, with their folded layers and soaring peaks, tell the story of this transformation. They are the visible manifestation of pressure's work, a testament to the power of slow, patient change. And as we gaze upon them, we are reminded of the quiet power that lies beneath our feet, shaping the land in ways we are only beginning to understand. In the quiet world of geological time, the Earth's surface is a vast and intricate puzzle, its pieces moving ever so slowly across the globe. Amongst these giant slabs of rock or tectonic plates, there are moments of unity where their paths converge. It is within these grand collisions that the birth of fold mountains occurs, a process both powerful and delicate, crafting the towering chains that punctuate our planet's horizon. These continental collisions are not sudden or violent in the human sense of time. Instead, they unfold over millions of years, a slow dance of land masses inching towards one another, driven by forces deep within the Earth. As two continental plates meet, neither willing to sink back into the mantle beneath, they crumple and fold, much like a sheet of paper pushed together from both sides. This is the genesis of fold mountains, where layers of sedimentary rock, once lying quietly beneath ancient seas, are thrust upward, bending and warping under immense pressure. The process is one of immense patience and gradual change. Imagine standing on a plain, watching as the land before you slowly rises, not in days or months, but over eons. What begins as a gentle undulation grows into a series of ridges and valleys, each fold a testament to the relentless push of the colliding plates. Over time, these folds accumulate, layer upon layer, forming the majestic ranges that dominate the landscapes of our world. Within these folds, rocks tell stories of their origins, revealing secrets of past environments and climates. Layers of limestone, sandstone, and shale, once deposited in ancient oceans, now stand as tall peaks and deep valleys. Each layer holds clues to the Earth's distant past, a geological library waiting to be read by those who know its language. The process of folding, while slow, is continuous, with each layer quietly adding to the height and complexity of the mountains. In regions where these collisions occur, the ground beneath is often thickened, with crustal material doubling back upon itself. This thickening is not merely a surface phenomenon, but extends deep into the Earth, where the roots of these mountains reach far below the surface. The buoyant nature of these thickened crustal roots helps to support the towering heights above, much like the unseen portion of an iceberg beneath the sea. As the mountains rise, they also affect the world around them. The elevation changes weather patterns, altering winds and precipitation, which in turn shapes the ecosystem. New habitats emerge and species that adapt to higher altitudes find new homes. This interplay between the rising land and the life it supports highlights the interconnection of Earth's systems, each influencing the other in a delicate balance. The formation of fold mountains is not a uniform process. Some areas may rise more rapidly than others, influenced by the angle and speed of the colliding plates. Variations in the composition and structure of the crust can lead to differences in how the rock behaves under pressure, resulting in a diverse range of mountain shapes and sizes. The Himalayas, for instance, continue to rise as the Indian plate pushes northward into the Eurasian plate, a vivid example of this ongoing process. Yet, as these mountains grow, they also face the forces of erosion. Wind, water, and ice work tirelessly to wear down the peaks, carving out valleys and shaping the landscape into forms both dramatic and subtle. This erosion is not merely a process of destruction, but one of transformation. as material from the mountains is transported and deposited elsewhere, contributing to the cycle of rock formation. Despite their grandeur, fold mountains are but temporary features in the grand timeline of Earth's history. As the tectonic forces continue their work, mountains rise and fall, their peaks eventually worn down to gentler hills and plains. But for now, they stand as monumental reminders of the dynamic processes at work beneath our feet, silent witnesses to the slow, steady rhythm of geological time. In this quiet symphony of rock and pressure, the birth of fold mountains reflects the intricate ballet of tectonic forces. It is a process that defies haste, where the Earth's crust yields and bends, creating landscapes that inspire awe and contemplation. And so these great ranges continue their ascent, a testament to the enduring power of the planet's restless crust. In the gentle embrace of time, the world's greatest mountain ranges quietly rise and fall, their vast forms etched against the sky. These colossal giants, like the Himalayas and the Alps, are the silent witnesses to the slow, unyielding dance of continents. Their creation, though seemingly abrupt in the human scale of things, is a testament to the enduring patience of geological processes unfolding over millions of years. The Himalayas stand as one of the most striking examples of mountain formation through continental collision. This grand range, stretching across several countries in South Asia, tells a story of two ancient landmasses, the Indian Plate and the Eurasian Plate, drifting ever so slowly towards one another. As these tectonic plates converged, the immense pressure and force caused the Earth's crust to crumple and fold, pushing the land upwards into towering peaks. At the heart of this process is the concept of plate tectonics, a theory that explains how the Earth's outer shell, known as the lithosphere, is divided into several large plates. These plates float atop the semi-fluid asthenosphere beneath them, moving slowly due to currents caused by the planet's internal heat. Over time, these movements bring plates into contact, where they may collide, pull apart, or slide past each other. In the case of the Himalayas, the collision began around 50 million years ago and continues to this day. The Indian Plate, once part of the supercontinent Gondwana, embarked on a northward journey at speeds that, although appearing glacial to us, were remarkably swift in geological terms. As it met the Eurasian Plate, the oceanic crust that lay between them was subducted or forced beneath the Eurasian Plate, leading to the closure of the ancient Tethys Sea. This meeting of giants did not result in a simple joining of land, but rather a complex interplay of forces. The continued convergence presses the plates together, causing the crust to thicken and rise. The materials that make up these mountains are not just lifted, they are heated and deformed under pressures that are difficult to fathom. Rocks that were once deep beneath the surface are brought into the light, their layers folded like dough, creating the dramatic ridges and valleys characteristic of such ranges. The Alps, another of the world's iconic mountain systems, were formed through a similar, albeit distinct, process. This range, spanning 8 countries in Europe, arose from the collision of the African and Eurasian plates. The story of the Alps is one of gradual accumulation, where the relentless push of the African plate against the European continent led to the uplift of this majestic chain. The formation of the Alps involved not only the convergence of plates, but also the intricate play of smaller microplates and fragments of ancient oceanic crust. As these pieces were caught in the tectonic squeeze, they were thrust atop one another, creating a complex mosaic of geological history. Over time, this stacking of rock layers produced the towering peaks and deep valleys that draw millions to their slopes each year. In both the Himalayas and the Alps, the process of mountain building is not merely about the rise of land, but also about the transformation of the Earth's crust. This transformation is driven by the unrelenting force of tectonic activity, which causes rocks to deform, fold, and metamorphose. The minerals within these rocks are altered by heat and pressure, creating new textures and structures that tell the story of their journey from deep within the Earth to the heights of the atmosphere. The grandeur of these ranges is not static. They are dynamic systems, constantly evolving under the forces of nature. As the plates continue to converge, the mountains grow, albeit at rates imperceptible to the human eye. The Himalayas, for instance, rise by a few millimeters each year, a testament to the ongoing collision that fuels their ascent. Yet, as these mountains rise, they are simultaneously worn down by the elements. Wind, water, and ice work tirelessly to erode the peaks, carrying away sediments that eventually settle in distant plains and basins. This process of erosion is an integral part of the life cycle of mountains, a reminder of the delicate balance between uplift and breakdown that characterizes the Earth's surface. In the quiet strength of these ranges, we find a reflection of the planet's ever-changing nature. The Himalayas and the Alps, while monumental in their presence, are but temporary features in the grand tapestry of Earth's geological history. They remind us that even the mightiest of mountains are not eternal, but part of a continuous cycle of creation and destruction, shaped by forces that are both ancient and ongoing. As we consider these vast landscapes, we are invited to ponder the slow, deliberate processes that have sculpted them. These mountains, born from the meeting of continents, are a testament to the power of time and the relentless forces beneath our feet. They stand as guardians of the past, present, and future, their silent peaks whispering the secrets of the earth to those who pause to listen. In the vast expanse of the world's oceans, beneath the seemingly endless blue surface, lies a realm of quiet transformation. Here, the Earth crafts new mountains, not through the slow dance of continental plates, but through the fiery breath of volcanoes. These underwater edifices begin their journey in darkness, where molten rock from the Earth's mantle finds its way to the sea floor. Over time, this process of emergence and growth shapes islands and mountain peaks above the waterline. Volcanoes are born from the heat and pressure deep within the Earth. In these places, magma, a molten mixture of minerals and gases, escapes through fractures in the Earth's crust. As it meets the cooler ocean waters, it solidifies layer by layer, building a foundation that gradually rises. This is a world where the forces of fire and water meet, each eruption adding to the structure, each layer a testament to the relentless energy beneath our feet. For the most part, these volcanic mountains grow unnoticed, hidden beneath the waves. But over millennia, some break through the surface, forming islands that appear to float upon the sea. The Hawaiian Islands are a vivid example of this process. Born from a volcanic hotspot, they are part of a chain stretching across the Pacific Ocean. Each island in this chain has a story written in lava, a narrative of eruptions that built mountains from the seabed to the sky. As these volcanic islands grow, they undergo a transformation. Erosion begins its quiet work, sculpting their surfaces with the help of wind and rain. Vegetation takes root, slowly covering the barren rock with life. The islands become ecosystems, hosting a diversity of flora and fauna that thrive in the volcanic soil. Over time, a balance forms between creation and erosion, a dynamic equilibrium where the forces of nature shape the landscape with gentle persistence. The process is far from uniform. Some volcanic peaks rise swiftly, their eruptions frequent and forceful. Others grow more slowly, their activity marked by long pauses and occasional bursts of energy. The resulting landscapes vary widely, from the steep, symmetrical cones of active volcanoes to the broad, gently sloping shields of more ancient formations. Each mountain, each island, tells a unique story of fiery origins and gradual change. Volcanic activity is not limited to the oceans. On land, volcanoes also forge mountains, sometimes with dramatic results. The eruption of Mount St. Helens in 1980 is a reminder of the power these forces can unleash. Yet, even on land, the process is one of slow accumulation. Over thousands of years, repeated eruptions build mountains that become enduring features of the landscape. The Andes in South America and the Cascade Range in North America are both shaped by volcanic activity, their peaks rising as a testament to the Earth's inner workings. The interplay of volcanic processes and surface conditions creates a delicate balance. As volcanic islands rise, they interact with the winds and currents, influencing local climates and weather patterns. The towering presence of these mountains can redirect winds and create rain shadows, where one side of the mountain receives ample precipitation while the other remains dry. This, in turn, affects the ecosystems that develop on and around these islands, contributing to the rich diversity of life found in such places. Volcanoes also have the power to alter the global climate, albeit more subtly. Large eruptions can release vast quantities of ash and gases into the atmosphere, where they reflect sunlight and cool the Earth. This cooling effect, while temporary, can influence weather patterns and have far-reaching impacts on ecosystems worldwide. Such events are reminders of the interconnectedness of Earth's systems, where changes in one area can subtly ripple across the globe. Despite their fiery origins, volcanic mountains embody a sense of tranquility. They rise slowly, their growth measured in inches per year, their eruptions separated by spans of quiet. For the observer, they offer a glimpse into the Earth's deep time, where transformations unfold over epochs rather than moments. The peaks that pierce the sky today are but a moment in a vast geological narrative, a reminder of the Earth's ongoing evolution. As one contemplates these volcanic mountains, there is a sense of wonder at the processes that create and shape our world. The slow rise of magma, the cooling and hardening into rock, the gradual accumulation of layers. Each step is part of a cycle that has been repeating for millions of years. It is a cycle that offers insights into the Earth's past, as well as clues to its future, as new islands continue to form and old ones are worn away. In the gentle rise and fall of these volcanic mountains, there is a story of resilience and transformation. It is a story that speaks to the enduring nature of the Earth, where even the most dramatic forces of creation are tempered by time. As we gaze upon these peaks, we are reminded that the world is in a constant state of becoming, a tapestry woven from the threads of fire and water, of change and continuity, of mountains born from the depths and reaching towards the heavens. Beneath the vast rolling ocean, there lies a world of quiet activity. Deep below the surface, the Earth's crust is not the static shell it might seem. Here, in the dark, unseen depths, a slow and constant process is unfolding, one that will eventually give rise to new land above the waves. This is a world of underwater volcanoes, where molten rock from the Earth's interior pushes upward, driven by forces that have been at work for millions of years. The ocean floor is a dynamic place, with magma seeping through cracks in the Earth's crust. This happens most prominently along mid-ocean ridges, where tectonic plates slowly drift apart. As these plates separate, magma rises to fill the gap, creating new oceanic crust. Occasionally, this process is concentrated at specific points, forming underwater volcanoes known to geologists as seamounts. Over time, these seamounts can grow taller, layer by layer, as each eruption deposits. The buildup is slow and unhurried, a testament to the steady hand of geological processes. As these volcanic structures accumulate material, they rise through the water column, inching ever closer to the surface. Eventually, a seamount may breach the ocean's surface, becoming an island. These newly formed islands are often rugged and raw, sculpted by the forces that brought them into existence. They stand as silent witnesses to the ceaseless activity beneath the waves, their presence a reminder of the Earth's dynamic nature. The Hawaiian Islands are perhaps the most famous example of this process, each one formed by volcanic activity over a hotspot in the Pacific Ocean. The life of an island begins long before it emerges from the sea. Magma chambers collect beneath the ocean floor, slowly filling with molten rock. When the pressure becomes too great, the magma forces its way to the surface, erupting through vents and fissures. This process is largely invisible to us, hidden beneath the ocean's depths, yet its results are profound, creating new land where there was none before. Once an island emerges, it becomes subject to the forces of erosion. Wind and water begin their work, wearing down the rock, shaping the landscape into something new. This is a gradual process, one that can take millions of years to unfold. Yet, even as erosion works to diminish these volcanic structures, new eruptions can add fresh layers of lava, building the island higher once more. Island chains often form as tectonic plates move over hotspots. The Pacific Plate, for example, drifts northwestward over a fixed hotspot, creating the Hawaiian Emperor Seamount Chain. Each island in the chain represents a different stage in this journey, from newly formed peaks to ancient, eroded remnants. This slow progression is a geological dance, with land rising and falling as the plate continues its inexorable movement. The Galapagos Islands provide another glimpse into this process. Situated on the Nazca Plate, these islands are the result of volcanic activity above a hotspot. Each island is unique, shaped by the specific conditions of its formation. Together, they form a diverse archipelago, a testament to the Earth's creative power. Underwater volcanoes don't always form islands. Many remain submerged, their peaks never reaching the surface. These seamounts can create favorable conditions for marine life, offering a foundation for coral reefs and a home for countless species. Even without breaking the surface, these structures play a vital role in the ocean's ecosystem, influencing currents and providing habitats. The process by which underwater volcanoes become islands is not quick. It unfolds over millennia, shaping the world's oceans with a patient hand. This slow, steady rise from the sea is a reminder of the Earth's immense timescales, where change is measured not in human lifetimes, but in epochs and eras. As islands grow, they slowly move away from their volcanic birthplace. The tectonic plate continues its journey, carrying the island with it. Over time, the hotspot may form new islands, while the older ones drift into quieter phases of their existence. This is a cycle without end, a continuous creation and transformation that speaks to the heart of our planet's restless nature. The islands that rise from the sea are more than just landforms. They are symbols of the Earth's dynamic processes. They remind us of the unseen activity beneath the ocean, the slow accumulation of material that eventually breaks the surface. In their quiet emergence, they show us the balance between creation and erosion, between the forces that build and those that wear away. These island mountains are temporary features in the grand scheme of Earth's geology. Yet, despite their impermanence, they hold a certain majesty, standing as testament to the slow, steady processes that shape our world. As we observe these islands, we are invited to reflect on the nature of change, on the patient hand of time that sculpts the land and sea. In a world where the ground seems solid and unyielding beneath our feet, there exist places where the Earth's crust quietly stretches and thins. These regions, known as rift zones, are subtle reminders that the land is not as fixed as it might seem. Rift zones occur where the tectonic plates slowly drift apart, creating tension that pulls the crust in opposite directions. This gentle stretching can lead to the formation of mountains, born not from the collision of continents, but from the great, patient separation of the Earth's crust. Imagine, if you will, a vast expanse of land gradually being pulled apart. As the plates continue their inexorable drift, the crust beneath them begins to thin. In this process, the surface stretches like dough, forming a series of elongated valleys and ridges. These ridges can rise, over time, into formidable heights, becoming mountains in their own right. The East African Rift, a vast tear in the earth extending thousands of kilometers, is one such place where new mountains emerge as the land quietly separates. Within these rift zones, the forces at play are complex and interwoven. As the crust thins, magma from the mantle below can find its way upward, exploiting the weaknesses in the Earth's surface. This magma, as it cools and solidifies, contributes to the building of new mountains. The process is slow, almost imperceptible in human terms, yet it is constant. Over millennia, the accumulation of volcanic material adds height and mass to the landscape, crafting peaks where once there were none. In some areas, the pulling apart of the Earth's crust is accompanied by the formation of deep lakes and basins, which further sculpt the topography. These features are integral to the Rift Valley system, creating unique environments that support diverse ecosystems. Here, life adapts to the gradual changes in the landscape, evolving alongside the mountains that rise from the depths below. As the crust continues to stretch, fissures and cracks appear, marking the surface with the scars of its slow transformation. These fractures provide pathways for water, which, over time, can carve out deeper valleys and shape the surrounding terrain. The interaction between water and rock is a gentle yet powerful force, aiding in the creation of mountains by eroding softer material and leaving behind more resistant formations. The process of mountain building in rift zones is a testament to the quiet strength of the Earth. It is a reminder that the forces which shape our planet operate on timescales that far exceed our own. These mountains, born from separation, stand as silent witnesses to the ever-changing nature of the Earth, their peaks reaching skyward as the crust beneath them continues to shift and grow. In the grand scheme of geological time, the rift zones are but a fleeting moment in the Earth's story. Yet, their impacts are profound, influencing not only the landscape, but also the climate and ecosystems that depend on them. The slow pulling apart of the Earth's crust is a process of creation, a gentle reminder that even in separation there is the potential for new beginnings. While the birth of mountains in rift zones may lack the dramatic collisions seen in other regions, the outcome is no less remarkable. These mountains, formed by the slow dance of tectonic plates, are a testament to the subtle power of the Earth. Their presence is a quiet affirmation of the planet's dynamic nature, a reminder that change is the only constant in this ever-evolving world. As you consider the mountains born from the tearing of the Earth's crust, reflect on the patience of the natural world. These processes, though slow, are unstoppable, continuing to shape the Earth in ways both seen and unseen. The mountains rise, ridge by ridge, a testament to the enduring power of separation and the quiet majesty of the forces that create our world. The Earth's surface, though it appears solid and unyielding, is in a constant state of flux. Beneath our feet, immense forces are at work, slowly reshaping the landscape over millennia. Among these forces, the movement along faults plays a particularly pivotal role in the creation of mountains, forming landscapes that seem abrupt and jagged, yet are the result of processes both violent and serene. A fault is a fracture in the Earth's crust where blocks of rock have slipped past one another. While the surface may appear static, the crust is composed of vast tectonic plates that glide atop the semi-fluid mantle beneath. As these plates interact, stress accumulates along fault lines. Over time, this stress reaches a tipping point, releasing energy in a sudden movement that can displace the land by meters in an instant. This upheaval can thrust sections of the crust skyward, forming mountains that rise sharply from the surrounding terrain. The San Andreas Fault in California is one such boundary where the Pacific and North American plates slide past one another. While its movement is predominantly horizontal, it serves as a reminder of the dynamic nature of the Earth's crust. In contrast, other faults, known as thrust faults, push sections of the crust upwards, creating more pronounced topographical features. The Himalayas, for instance, owe much of their dramatic rise to such forces, with the Indian plate driving beneath the Eurasian plate. As faults slip and the Earth's surface is jolted upwards, the process of uplift begins. The newly elevated land is young in geological terms, its features raw and unrefined. Over time, the forces of erosion will sculpt these nascent peaks, but initially, they appear as stark reminders of the planet's restless energy. The uplifted blocks, often referred to as fault block mountains, can be seen in ranges such as the Sierra Nevada, where the land rises abruptly along fault lines, creating steep escarpments. The interplay between uplift and erosion is a subtle dance, one that shapes the character of mountains over millennia. As blocks of the crust are elevated, they become exposed to the elements. Rain, wind, and ice slowly wear away at the rock, smoothing sharp edges and carrying sediment to lower elevations. This gradual process of erosion counters the rapid uplift caused by fault movements, creating a balance that defines the landscape over time. In regions where faulting is active, the land is frequently marked by a series of ridges and valleys, a testament to the ongoing tectonic activity. These features, known as horsts and grabens, form as blocks of crust are alternately raised and lowered along faults. The Basin and Range province in the western United States is a prime example where a series of parallel faults has created a landscape of alternating highlands and lowlands. Sometimes, the movement along faults is not limited to a single event, but occurs in a series of smaller shifts over an extended period. These incremental changes can gradually elevate the land, resulting in more subtle yet significant topographical alterations. The cumulative effect of such movements can lead to the formation of new mountain ranges, albeit at a pace almost imperceptible to human observation. The energy released during a fault movement can also trigger seismic activity, shaking the ground and further modifying the landscape. Earthquakes, though often perceived as destructive, play a crucial role in the Earth's geological processes. They provide a mechanism for the release of accumulated stress, allowing the crust to adjust and adapt to the relentless forces acting upon it. In the quiet aftermath of these movements, the landscape is left transformed. New features emerge, while existing ones are altered or obscured. The land, once again, becomes a canvas upon which the Earth's dynamic processes paint their story. As the cycle of uplift and erosion continues, the mountains born from these sudden shifts become integrated into the broader tapestry of geological time. The notion of a broken landscape extends beyond the physical realm, touching on the idea of impermanence. Mountains, though seemingly eternal, are as transient as the forces that create them. Each fault movement, each uplift event, is but a moment in the long history of the Earth, a reminder of the ever-changing nature of the world we inhabit. Through this lens, mountains are not merely physical features, but expressions of the planet's ongoing evolution. They stand as monuments to the forces of creation and destruction, their jagged peaks and deep valleys bearing witness to the relentless power of the Earth's inner workings. As one contemplates these landscapes, a sense of connection to the broader cycles of the planet emerges, a gentle reminder of the intricate balance that sustains the world around us. In the gentle undulations of the Earth's surface, there lies a quiet story of transformation. Mountains, with their imposing silhouettes, stand as the most visible symbols of tectonic activity. Yet, their growth is an intricate dance of forces, often hidden from the naked eye. As we delve into the serene world of mountain formation, we find that not all mountains rise at the same pace. Some seem to surge skyward with urgency, while others grow almost imperceptibly, revealing the delicate balance between uplift and collapse. The process begins deep within the Earth, where molten rock slowly cools and solidifies, forming the lithosphere. This rigid shell, fragmented into tectonic plates, floats upon the viscous asthenosphere beneath. Over millions of years, these plates drift with deliberate slowness, driven by the churning currents of the mantle. It is here, at the boundaries where plates converge, that mountains are born. The forces of uplift are relentless yet gradual. As tectonic plates collide, they push against one another, causing the crust to crumple and fold. The energy from these collisions accumulates over time, allowing rock to rise layer by layer. In some regions, this uplift occurs at a relatively brisk pace, millimeters each year, while others experience a more languid ascent, rising by mere fractions over a similar period. One might wonder why such differences exist. The answer lies in the interplay of geological processes. In regions where the crust is thick and buoyant, such as the Himalayas, the potential for uplift is significant. Here, the Indian plate's persistent push against the Eurasian plate results in the rapid elevation of the land. The sheer mass and density of these continental plates create immense pressure, forcing rock upwards with notable vigor. However, uplift is not solely the result of tectonic collisions. Volcanic activity, often occurring at divergent and convergent plate boundaries, contributes to the formation of mountains. When magma from the mantle finds its way to the surface, it cools and solidifies, adding layers to existing peaks or creating new ones entirely. In places like the Andes, volcanic processes complement tectonic forces, leading to the simultaneous rise of mountains from below. Yet, this upward journey is met with resistance. The forces of erosion, gravity, and weathering continuously work to wear down mountains, counterbalancing the forces of uplift. Water, in its many forms, rain, rivers, glaciers, plays a pivotal role in sculpting the landscape. Over time, these elements strip away rock, transporting sediment away from the peaks and depositing it elsewhere. This quiet erosion can be as influential as the tectonic forces that build mountains, moderating their growth and, in some cases, leading to their eventual decline. In regions where uplift is rapid, erosion struggles to keep pace, allowing mountains to grow taller. Conversely, where uplift is slow, erosion can outpace it, leading to a more subdued topography. This ongoing interplay results in a dynamic equilibrium, where the forces of creation and destruction are perpetually balanced. The variability in mountain growth can also be attributed to the nature of the materials involved. Different rock types respond differently to tectonic stress. Some, like granite, are resilient and resistant to erosion, allowing them to maintain their height longer. Others, such as limestone, are more susceptible to weathering, leading to a more gradual rise and eventual decline. Climate, too, plays a subtle yet significant role. In regions with high precipitation, such as the tropics, erosion is accelerated, influencing the rate at which mountains can rise. Conversely, in arid regions where weathering is less pronounced, mountains may have a longer lifespan, standing tall against the forces of nature. Ultimately, the growth of mountains is a testament to the Earth's ceaseless dynamism. While the forces that shape them operate on timescales far beyond human perception, their impact is profound, creating landscapes that inspire awe and wonder. Each mountain, whether rising swiftly or slowly, tells a story of immense geological forces patiently sculpting the surface of our planet. As we reflect on these processes, we are reminded of the intricate balance that governs the natural world. Mountains, though seemingly immutable, are ever-changing, their growth dictated by the delicate interplay of uplift and collapse. It is a process that continues quietly, shaping the Earth in ways both visible and unseen, inviting us to ponder the majesty of a planet in perpetual motion. In the vastness of time, mountains rise from the Earth's surface, sculpted by forces both fierce and gentle. Yet, as formidable as the processes that lift them are, there are quieter forces at work, chiseling away at their grandeur. Ice, water, and wind, though seemingly gentle, play an essential role in this grand cycle of creation and dissolution, carving out the landscapes we see today. In the high altitudes where temperatures often dip, ice begins its silent work. Glaciers, those persistent rivers of ice, slowly advance and retreat with the changing climate. Their weight and movement grind down the rock beneath, carrying with them fragments of mountains, slowly reshaping the terrain. Over millennia, these glaciers carve deep valleys and leave behind ridges that tell the story of their passage. As they move, they polish the surfaces they encounter, leaving behind a smooth sheen, a testament to their power over stone. With the changing of seasons, water joins in this quiet symphony. Rainfall, gentle yet persistent, finds its way into the cracks and crevices of the mountain rock. Over time, these drops accumulate, freezing in the cold and expanding, slowly prizing apart the rock. This cycle of freezing and thawing, known as frost weathering, is a gradual yet powerful force, breaking down even the most resilient stone. Streams and rivers, born of rain and melting snow, carry this story further. They rush down the slopes, laden with sediment, shaping valleys and gorges in their wake. With each passing year, these waterways cut deeper into the rock, transporting pebbles and sand far from their origins, depositing them in new places. As they wind their way through the landscape, they smooth the edges of stones, creating the rounded pebbles found on riverbeds, each one a tiny chronicle of the mountain's slow erosion. Wind, too, leaves its mark, though its touch is often lighter. In areas where vegetation is sparse, the wind picks up loose particles of sand and dust, hurling them against the rock. This process, known as abrasion, gradually wears away the surface, etching intricate patterns into the stone. Over time, entire landscapes can be transformed, with jagged peaks softened and sharp edges rounded. The combined effects of ice, water, and wind are relentless. Together, they work to balance the forces of uplift, ensuring that the Earth's surface remains ever-changing. In some places, erosion uncovers the fossilized remains of creatures that once roamed the Earth, offering glimpses into the planet's distant history. In others, it reveals the vibrant minerals and metals that lie hidden within, waiting to be discovered. While tectonic forces lift mountains skyward, it is these quieter processes that refine and define them. The sculpting of a mountain is a testament to the Earth's ability to create and recreate, a continual process of renewal and transformation. Each peak and valley tells a story, a narrative written by the elements over countless generations. In this interplay of forces, a delicate balance is maintained. As mountains rise, they are simultaneously worn down, ensuring that the landscape remains dynamic. This balance ensures that no feature remains permanent, that the Earth's surface is always in flux, adapting to the subtle shifts of climate and time. The role of ice, water, and wind in shaping mountains is a reminder of the power of subtlety, of the strength found in persistence. It is a reflection of nature's ability to craft beauty and complexity through gradual change, a process that may not always be visible day by day, but is undeniable over the span of centuries. In this way, the mountains stand not only as symbols of strength and endurance, but also as monuments to the gentle forces that shape our world. They remind us that even the smallest elements, when given time, can create profound change, sculpting the very face of the Earth in their quiet, unyielding way. In the quiet corners of our planet, where the air feels untouched and the land stretches vast and open, there are places where mountains are still finding their way upwards. It is a slow and gentle rise, measured not in towering leaps, but in the smallest of increments. These are the lands where uplift persists, almost imperceptible yet unwavering, shaping the surface of the Earth 1 millimeter at a time. Imagine standing in the heart of the Himalayas, a region renowned not only for its grandeur, but also for its persistent growth. Here, the Indian plate continues its slow, silent push against the Eurasian plate, a meeting of giants that results in a gradual, steady uplift. Each year, the mountains rise at a pace that seems inconsequential to the hurried human eye. Yet this relentless ascent has crafted some of the tallest peaks known to us. The forces at play below the surface are immense, yet they operate with the patience of millennia, allowing the land to inch upwards in a timeless dance of geology. Elsewhere, in the Andes of South America, the process is similar yet distinct in its own right. The Nazca Plate subducts beneath the South American plate, driving the mountains skyward. This interaction is not one of sudden movements, but of continual, understated change. The Andes grow as a testament to the ongoing dialogue between Earth's tectonic plates. The peaks here are a product of countless years of quiet activity, where the land is gently elevated, shaping the horizon and altering the landscape with each passing season. In these regions, the concept of time takes on a different meaning. The slow uplift is a reminder of the Earth's ongoing evolution, an evolution that is both ancient and current. The Alaskan Range, too, is a part of this ongoing narrative. The Pacific Plate grinds against the North American Plate, and the resulting force lifts the mountains in a gradual, persistent manner. It is a process that has been ongoing for millions of years, yet it continues today, incrementally altering the shape of the land. The tectonic forces that drive uplift are relentless, yet their impact is moderated by the Earth's atmosphere and the wear of time. Erosion works in tandem with uplift, a natural counterbalance that sculpts the peaks even as they rise. Rivers carve through mountainsides, carrying away rock and soil, while glaciers grind valleys through the stone. The interplay between uplift and erosion is a delicate one, ensuring that while mountains may reach for the sky, they are continually reshaped by the elements. The East African Rift is another region where uplift is quietly at work. Here, the land stretches and thins, creating a landscape of rifts and valleys. The tectonic forces at play are different from those in collision zones, yet they result in the same upward movement. The rifting process allows magma to rise, creating new crust and elevating the land. This slow creation of new Earth is a reminder of the planet's dynamic nature, where even the most stable-seeming regions are subject to change. In these settings, uplift is not a solitary process, but part of a larger cycle. The forces that lift the land are interwoven with those that shape the atmosphere, the climate, and the ecosystems that depend on them. As mountains rise, they alter weather patterns, influencing rainfall and wind. The uplifted land can become a barrier, redirecting air currents and reshaping the climate over vast areas. This subtle, ongoing transformation affects not just the mountains themselves, but the life that thrives on their slopes and in the valleys below. The gradual rise of mountains is a process that speaks to the resilience and adaptability of life. As land is lifted, new habitats are created, offering opportunities for species to evolve and adapt. The flora and fauna of mountainous regions are uniquely suited to their environment, having developed over generations to thrive amidst the changing conditions. The ongoing uplift provides a backdrop for this continuous evolution, a stage upon which life unfolds in all its diversity. The story of mountains that continue to grow is a reminder of the Earth's perpetual state of flux. It is a tale of balance, where tectonic forces and erosional processes work in concert to sculpt the land. Each uplifted millimeter is a testament to the enduring power of geological processes, a quiet assertion of nature's grandeur that unfolds over unimaginable spans of time. As we contemplate these growing mountains, we can find comfort in their gradual, steady ascent. They represent a world that is ever-changing, yet consistent in its rhythms. The slow, persistent uplift is a gentle reminder that even amidst the vastness of geological time, there is a continuity and purpose in the Earth's processes. Here, among the peaks that rise a little higher each year, we witness the ongoing story of a planet that is alive, dynamic, and always in motion. In the quiet, unhurried sweep of time, Earth's surface has been a canvas for countless transformations. Among these changes, there are ancient mountains that once towered with majesty, but now stand as gentle, rolling hills. Their peaks, once sharp and imposing, have softened, their grandeur subdued by the patient hands of time and nature. These old mountains, worn almost flat, offer a serene testament to the enduring processes of the Earth, which shape and reshape the world in ways that are both subtle and profound. The ancient ranges, such as the Appalachian Mountains in North America or the Highlands of Scotland, tell stories of immense geological history. These landscapes, now characterized by their rounded summits and gentle slopes, were not always so. Once, they rivaled the height of the Himalayas, their jagged peaks piercing the sky. However, over hundreds of millions of years, relentless forces have gradually leveled their once imposing forms. Erosion is the quiet artist in this transformation, delicately chiseling away at the mountains with water, wind, and ice as its tools. Rainwater seeps into the cracks, freezing and expanding, slowly prying rocks apart. Rivers, with their unending flow, carve valleys, and transport sediments away, bit by bit. The wind, too, plays its part, carrying away particles and smoothing surfaces over time. Each action, taken alone, seems insignificant. Yet, collectively, these processes work tirelessly, sculpting the ancient peaks into the more subdued forms we see today. These mountains, while appearing static, are in constant dialogue with their environment. The soil erodes, plants grow, and the cycle of life and decay continues its gentle rhythm. As vegetation takes root, it stabilizes the soil and retains moisture, contributing to the gradual transformation of the landscape. Trees and plants, in their own subtle way, add to the erosion, their roots breaking through rock and soil, making them more susceptible to the elements. The passage of time is a crucial player in this story. Mountains that have stood for eons bear witness to changes that occur over incomprehensible spans of time. Geological processes operate on a scale that transcends human perception, where millions of years pass like the blink of an eye. In this grand temporal theater, mountains rise, are weathered, and eventually fade into the background of the Earth's crust. The worn-down appearance of ancient ranges also speaks to the powerful forces below the surface. As tectonic plates shift and collide, they create and uplift mountains. Yet, in some regions, the underlying forces have changed direction or diminished, allowing erosion to outpace uplift. Without new material being thrust upward, the mountains slowly yield to the forces of the surface, becoming the gentle landscapes we now see. In their current state, these ancient mountains are less about towering heights and more about hidden depths. Beneath the surface, their roots extend deep into the Earth's crust, remnants of their glory days when they stood much taller. These roots, though unseen, provide stability and are a reminder of the mountain's former grandeur. Over time, even these roots will change as the planet continues its endless cycle of creation and destruction. The quiet majesty of these ancient ranges offers a lesson in patience and transformation. Their seemingly subdued presence belies a dynamic and rich history of upheaval, erosion, and rebirth. As one gazes upon their gentle slopes, it's easy to imagine the immense forces that once shaped them and the equally powerful forces that have worn them down. This interplay of forces is a reminder of the perpetual change that defines our planet. These landscapes, though worn, are far from lifeless. They are habitats, supporting diverse ecosystems that have adapted to the changing terrain over millennia. Wildlife thrives here, finding refuge in the valleys and forests that now blanket the once barren peaks. The soil, enriched by countless generations of decay and renewal, supports a tapestry of plant life, each species playing its part in the ecosystem's balance. While the ancient mountains may no longer dominate the skyline with their height, they offer a different kind of grandeur. Their expansive views, rolling hills, and rich biodiversity provide a sense of peace and continuity. In their gentle presence, they hold the stories of the Earth's past and the promise of its future, a testament to the cycles of nature that continue unabated. In considering these ancient ranges, one is reminded of the delicate equilibrium that exists within Earth's systems. The balance between uplift and erosion, between creation and decay, is a dance that has played out over the ages. The mountains, once mighty, now serve as a gentle reminder of the planet's enduring capacity for change and renewal. The story of these ancient mountains is one of transformation and resilience. It is a narrative written over millions of years, shaped by forces both visible and hidden. As we reflect on these landscapes, we are invited to appreciate the quiet power of nature and the remarkable history etched into the very ground beneath our feet. In their worn, almost flattened state, these mountains continue to inspire awe, not for their height, but for their enduring presence and the subtle beauty of their time-worn forms. In the tranquil expanse of the world's mountainous regions, it is easy to focus on the peaks that pierce the sky. Yet, the true magnitude of a mountain is not always visible to the eye. Beneath the surface, mountains have roots that reach deep into the Earth's crust. These hidden foundations are as integral to the mountain's existence as the lofty summits that captivate our imagination. When we consider a mountain, what typically comes to mind is its height. The elevation above sea level is often seen as the defining measure of a mountain's greatness. However, this perspective overlooks the complex nature of these geological giants. A mountain is not merely the portion that stands above the landscape, but a structure that extends far below, unseen yet vital. These roots, often referred to as lithospheric roots, provide stability and support, much like the unseen portion of an iceberg that ensures it remains afloat. The thickness of a mountain's roots can be many times greater than what is visible above. This thickness is a result of tectonic processes that compress and push the Earth's crust upward, creating peaks and ridges. Beneath them, the crust thickens and forms a buoyant base that compensates for the mass above. This is known as isostasy, a principle that maintains equilibrium between the Earth's lithosphere and the denser underlying asthenosphere. Over time, the forces that build mountains also deepen their roots. As tectonic plates collide, the crust is forced downwards as well as upwards, thickening the entire region. This thickening is a gradual process, unfolding over millions of years as material from the Earth's surface is pushed deep into the mantle. This process is not a violent upheaval, but a slow, inexorable adjustment that echoes the rhythms of the Earth itself. The roots of a mountain serve to stabilize the towering masses above. Without this support, the sheer weight of the mountain would cause it to collapse under its own gravity. The roots act as a counterbalance, holding the structure aloft, ensuring that the peaks remain elevated. This balance between mass and buoyancy is delicate, yet remarkably enduring. One might wonder how we know of these hidden structures beneath the mountains. The understanding of mountain roots comes from the study of seismic waves, which travel through the Earth's layers. By observing how these waves change speed and direction as they pass through different materials, scientists can infer the presence and composition of these deep structures. These observations reveal a picture of mountains that is far more intricate than what is visible on the surface. The concept of mountain roots also explains why some ranges appear more rugged or grandiose than others, despite having similar elevations. The thickness of the roots plays a crucial role in shaping the mountain's profile. In some cases, the roots may extend far deeper than expected, supporting a vast system of peaks and valleys above. In others, the roots might be less pronounced, resulting in more subdued landscapes. This hidden mass beneath the mountains also affects regional gravity. Areas with substantial mountain roots exhibit variations in gravitational pull due to the increased mass beneath the surface. These subtle differences are measurable and provide further evidence of the vast structures that lie unseen. The roots of mountains are not static. They evolve over time. As erosion wears down the peaks, material is gradually removed, altering the balance of forces. The roots respond by adjusting, often rising slightly as the weight above decreases, maintaining the equilibrium. This process is a testament to the dynamic nature of the Earth's crust, constantly shifting and adapting over geological timescales. In some regions, the roots of ancient mountains have been exposed by erosion, revealing the once hidden complexity of their structures. These eroded roots offer a glimpse into the deep history of mountain formation, showing the layers of rock that were once buried beneath the surface. Such landscapes tell a story of immense pressure and heat, of transformation that occurred deep within the Earth, now laid bare for us to study. Understanding the full scale of a mountain requires an appreciation of its hidden dimensions. The height that captures our attention is but a fraction of the whole. To truly grasp the grandeur of these natural wonders, we must consider the depth and breadth of their foundations. In doing so, we gain insight into the processes that shape our planet, processes that are slow and steady, yet profoundly powerful. Thus, when we gaze upon a mountain, we see only a part of the story. The peaks may rise impressively into the sky, but it is the unseen roots that tell of the mountain's true scale. These roots remind us that in nature, as in life, what lies beneath the surface often carries the greatest weight. As we contemplate the majesty of mountains, let us remember that their strength and stability come from the depths, where time and pressure have crafted a foundation as enduring as the mountains themselves. Beneath the surface of our world, hidden from our daily view, lies a realm of immense power and quiet complexity. The mountains we admire for their grandeur and majesty are but a glimpse of a much larger, unseen architecture. These towering peaks are supported by roots that reach deep into the Earth's mantle, anchoring them securely and providing the stability needed to endure the passage of time. The concept of mountain roots might seem peculiar at first, for they are not roots in the botanical sense. Rather, they are vast extensions of rock that sink deep below the surface, forming a counterbalance to the heights above. This is a fundamental aspect of isostasy, the principle that explains how the Earth's crust maintains its equilibrium. Just as an iceberg floats with a portion submerged, so too does a mountain possess a hidden depth far below. The roots of mountains are formed by the weight of the peaks pressing down upon the Earth's crust. Over millions of years, this pressure causes the crust to deform and sink into the mantle, creating a compensatory bulge of material that stabilizes the structure above. This process is slow, unfolding at a pace imperceptible to human observation, yet it is no less vital for the creation and maintenance of mountainous landscapes. The mantle itself is a region of immense heat and pressure, composed of semi-solid rock that flows slowly over geological timescales. It is within this dynamic environment that the roots of mountains are embedded, held in place by the forces of buoyancy and gravity. The mantle's movement is part of a broader system of convection that drives the tectonic processes responsible for shaping our planet's surface. As the mantle flows, it exerts forces on the overlying crust, influencing the position and stability of mountain roots. These interactions are complex and often counterintuitive. For instance, as erosion wears away the surface of a mountain, reducing its mass, the underlying root begins to rise. This process is known as isostatic rebound, and it subtly alters the landscape, lifting land that was once burdened by the weight of rock and ice. This interplay between surface and depth illustrates the inherent balance within the Earth's systems. Mountains do not simply rise and fall. They are part of a continuous cycle of creation, erosion, and renewal. The roots that extend into the mantle play a crucial role in this cycle, acting as both anchor and counterweight, allowing mountains to persist even as the forces of change act upon them. The stability provided by mountain roots is essential for the longevity of these geological formations. Without such deep foundations, mountains would be vulnerable to the relentless forces of erosion and weathering. Instead, they stand resilient, their hidden roots absorbing the shocks and stresses that would otherwise lead to their demise. This resilience is a testament to the enduring power of the Earth's internal processes, which quietly sustain the landscapes we see. While the peaks of mountains capture our imagination, it is the unseen foundations that ensure their survival. The balance achieved through the interaction of crust and mantle is a delicate one, maintained over eons by the slow dance of geological forces. This balance is not static, but rather a dynamic equilibrium that allows mountains to adapt to changing conditions, both above and below the surface. Understanding the hidden roots of mountains offers a glimpse into the profound interconnectedness of Earth's systems. It reminds us that what we see on the surface is but a fraction of the whole, a fleeting moment in a much larger story. The mountains, with their deep roots and soaring heights, embody this story, standing as monuments to the enduring nature of our planet's geological processes. In contemplating the hidden foundations of mountains, we are invited to consider the depths beneath our feet, the unseen forces that shape our world. These foundations are a source of strength and stability, supporting the landscapes we cherish and ensuring their place in the tapestry of Earth's history. As we reflect on the mountains, we are reminded of the intricate web of connections that bind together the surface and the depths, the transient and the eternal. In the serene landscape where mountains rise, an unseen process quietly unfolds. Over millennia, gravity, erosion, and time work together, dismantling the towering structures that tectonic forces once brought into being. Mountains, though they appear steadfast, are slowly worn down, returning once robust peaks to the Earth from which they emerged. Gravity, ever present and patient, exerts its influence on these grand formations. It pulls relentlessly on the rocks that form the peaks and ridges, encouraging them to slide and fall. This invisible force, though gentle and constant, ensures that no mountain can remain unaltered. The process is imperceptible on a human timescale, yet over countless generations, gravity's influence is profound. It causes rocks and boulders to succumb to its pull, gradually descending towards the valleys below. Erosion, the companion of gravity, joins this slow transformation. Water, in its many forms, plays a pivotal role in this process. Rainfall, with its persistent patter, seeps into cracks and crevices, helping to break apart the solid rock. Over time, these small fissures grow, allowing water to penetrate deeper. When temperatures drop, the water trapped within expands as it freezes, widening the cracks further. This cycle of freezing and thawing, repeated season after season, helps to weaken the structure of the mountain. Rivers, born from melting snow and rain, carve through the landscape, carrying with them the debris of eroded rock. They shape valleys and canyons, relentlessly cutting into the earth and transporting sediment towards the sea. Over vast stretches of time, these rivers can transform towering mountains into rolling hills, rounding the sharp edges and smoothing the rugged surfaces. Wind, too, contributes its subtle power. It sweeps across exposed peaks, lifting and carrying away tiny particles of rock. This constant abrasion, though seemingly insignificant, slowly wears down the surfaces it touches. The wind, when combined with the abrasive force of airborne particles, acts like nature's sandpaper, gradually smoothing and eroding the peaks. Time is the silent partner in this trio, gifting gravity, erosion, and wind the opportunity to perform their tasks. The passage of time allows these forces to work without hurry, each moment building upon the last. In the grand scheme, time ensures that even the mightiest of mountains are not immune to change. It reminds us that permanence is an illusion, and that all things given enough time will transform. As gravity, erosion, and time collaborate, different layers of rock are revealed. Softer materials wear away more quickly, leaving harder, more resistant layers exposed. This differential erosion can create striking landscapes, with jagged peaks and sheer cliffs standing as testament to the mountain's endurance. Yet even these will eventually succumb, their resistance no match for the relentless forces at work. Mass wasting, a term used to describe the movement of rock and soil down slopes, is another aspect of this slow dismantling. Landslides, rockfalls, and the gradual creep of earth all contribute to the redistribution of material from higher to lower elevations. These movements, driven by gravity, reshape the terrain, redistributing the mountain's mass across the landscape. The soils that form from the broken-down rock provide a foundation for life. Plants take root, their roots further breaking apart the rock, while their growth stabilizes the soil. This biological activity accelerates the weathering process, as organic acids from decaying matter promote chemical reactions that weaken the rock further. In this way, life itself becomes a participant in the mountain's decay, a reminder of the interconnectedness of natural processes. While the decay of mountains may seem a solemn affair, it is in fact a vital part of the Earth's dynamic system. The material carried away by rivers eventually settles, forming new sediments that may one day be uplifted to create new mountains. This cycle of destruction and creation is a testament to the planet's ever-changing nature, a continuous process of renewal. The view from a mountain peak offers a perspective on time and transformation. The rocks beneath, once buried deep within the earth, have traveled a long journey to reach their lofty position. Now they begin a new journey, one of slow return to the earth. The process is gradual, almost imperceptible, yet it is a certainty of nature's design. In contemplating the collapse of mountains, one finds a gentle reminder of the transient nature of all things. Mountains, though seemingly immutable, are subject to the same forces that shape all landscapes. Over eons they rise and fall, their grandeur eventually giving way to softer, more subdued forms. The story of a mountain's collapse is one of subtlety and patience. It is a testament to the quiet power of natural forces, working together over vast stretches of time. The once towering peaks will continue to change, shaped by the elements, until they are but a memory in the geological record. This continuous cycle of change ensures that the landscape remains in a constant state of flux, a living tapestry woven by time and nature. In the quiet of Earth's vast landscapes, mountains stand as monumental sentinels, seemingly eternal, yet slowly wearing away. Over millennia, the forces of nature engage in a gentle yet relentless dance, gradually transforming rugged peaks into fine grains of sediment. This process, often imperceptible to the human eye, reminds us that even the most formidable structures are subject to the inexorable passage of time. As rain falls, it carries with it the whispers of ancient stone, eroding surfaces and carving intricate paths through the rock. Rivers, born from these waters, gather the sediment and journey towards the sea, a slow procession of particles that once formed towering mountains. Over time, the sediment settles at river mouths and along coastlines, forming new layers of earth. Beneath the ocean's calm surface, these layers accumulate, pressing down on those below. With each grain added, the weight increases, compacting the sediment into rock once more. This cycle, though unhurried, is relentless, as the Earth's crust quietly recycles its components, transforming old into new. In this ceaseless process, the sediment may be buried so deeply that it encounters the warmth of the Earth's interior. Here, at these depths, minerals realign, and pressure creates metamorphic rock, a testament to transformation under heat and weight. This metamorphosed material is then carried upwards, perhaps through tectonic uplift or volcanic activity, revealing itself anew at the surface. The cycle of erosion and deposition, of wearing down and building up, is an act of balance. It is the Earth's way of maintaining equilibrium, ensuring that no matter how high a mountain may rise, it will one day return to the sea. This journey from peak to plain is a quiet reminder of the interconnected nature of our planet's systems. Imagine a single grain of sand, once part of a proud mountain, now resting on a distant shore. It is a part of a story that spans eons, a narrative written by the forces of nature. This grain may one day be lifted again, perhaps carried by the wind or swept along by a river to begin its journey anew. It is a story that never truly ends, a testament to the patience and persistence of geological time. The recycling of Earth's crust is not just a cycle of destruction, but of renewal. It is a testament to the resilience of nature, constantly reshaping and reforming even as we sleep. It is a process that does not rush, allowing the listener to drift, knowing that the world beneath them is always in motion, always changing, yet always at peace. As we reflect on this process, we are reminded that the Earth is not static. It is a living entity with its own rhythms and cycles. Mountains may rise and fall, but the materials that compose them endure, continuing their journey through time. In this way, the Earth's crust is a canvas, ever-changing and constantly being rewritten by the forces of nature. This gentle dance of creation and erosion is a story that unfolds at its own pace, inviting us to pause, reflect, and appreciate the subtle beauty of a world in perpetual transformation. In the distance, mountains stand like sentinels, their silhouettes etched against the sky. They seem immovable, yet these grand forms possess a quiet power that reaches far beyond their rocky peaks. Mountains are not merely static landforms. They are dynamic agents shaping the climate in ways that might not be immediately apparent. Their presence on the planet influences the very air that surrounds us, steering winds and determining where rains might fall. Highlands act as formidable barriers to the flow of air currents, gently coercing them to rise. As air ascends the slopes, it cools and condenses, releasing moisture as rain or snow. This simple, elegant process ensures that the windward side of a mountain often experiences lush, verdant landscapes, nourished by frequent precipitation. Meanwhile, the leeward side may find itself in a rain shadow, where drier conditions prevail, sculpting an entirely different kind of ecosystem. Over time, these patterns of rainfall and dryness leave their mark on the terrain, nurturing forests in some regions while nurturing deserts in others. These weather patterns, influenced by the presence of mountains, extend beyond mere local effects. They weave into the broader tapestry of Earth's climate systems. Air masses, once deflected and reshaped by mountain ranges, continue their journey across continents, carrying with them the echoes of their mountainous encounters. In this way, a single mountain range can influence weather patterns far from its base, connecting distant lands through the shared language of the wind. The Himalayas, for example, play a crucial role in the Asian monsoon system. As warm, moist air from the Indian Ocean is drawn northward, it collides with the towering peaks of the Himalayas. This interaction triggers widespread monsoonal rains, nourishing vast agricultural lands and sustaining millions of lives. Yet, as the air passes over the range and descends on the other side, it becomes drier, contributing to the arid conditions found in regions to the north. Beyond immediate weather, mountains also affect long-term climate patterns. Their formidable heights can alter global circulation patterns, influencing ocean currents and atmospheric systems over decades and centuries. The Andes, stretching along the western edge of South America, are a prime example. They exert a profound influence on the El Niño and La Niña phenomena, which in turn affect weather conditions across the globe. These periodic shifts in ocean temperatures and atmospheric conditions can lead to widespread changes in rainfall, temperature, and even marine life distribution. As mountains grow and erode, their impact on climate evolves. New peaks can rise, altering wind and rain patterns, while erosion gradually wears them down, modifying their influence once more. This continuous cycle of building and wearing away illustrates the dynamic relationship between mountains and the climate. Over geological timescales, this interaction contributes to the planet's ever-changing environmental conditions. The presence of snow and ice on mountain peaks also plays a vital role in climate regulation. These icy surfaces reflect sunlight, helping to cool the Earth, a phenomenon known as the albedo effect. As climate changes and temperatures rise, the melting of these ice caps can have significant implications for global warming, creating feedback loops that further alter climate patterns. In the grand scheme of things, mountains remind us of the intricate connections within Earth's systems. Their silent strength lies not just in their imposing presence, but in their ability to subtly guide the forces of nature. Through their interaction with the atmosphere, they shape our world in ways we might not immediately consider, crafting climates and ecosystems across the globe. As one gazes upon a mountain range, it's worth contemplating the invisible threads that connect these ancient giants to the winds and rains that touch us all. Mountains are not merely scenic backdrops, they are active participants in the unfolding story of our planet's climate. Their peaks may seem distant, yet their influence resonates through the air we breathe and the water that sustains us, reminding us of the delicate balance that governs life on Earth. In the vast expanse of geological time, mountains rise and fall, revealing the Earth's intricate dance of creation and erosion. The peaks that pierce the sky today are but fleeting sculptures in a landscape perpetually in motion. These towering giants, seemingly eternal, are in fact transient, their formidable presence a momentary expression of the planet's restless energy. Mountains, with their rugged silhouettes and commanding heights, might appear immutable to the casual observer. Yet, beneath their stony exterior lies a world of ceaseless activity. The forces that shape them are as ancient as the Earth itself, driven by the slow, inexorable movements of tectonic plates. These colossal slabs of the Earth's crust shift and grind against one another, their interactions giving birth to the mountains we see today. It is a process that unfolds over millions of years, often imperceptible in a human lifetime, yet relentless in its pursuit. The creation of a mountain range is a testament to the planet's dynamic nature. Layer upon layer of rock is thrust upwards, folding and faulting under immense pressure. This gradual accumulation of material is a reminder of the patience of geological processes, where time is measured not in years, but in epochs. Each peak and valley tells a story of ancient collisions, of land masses converging and diverging, of the Earth molding itself anew. As mountains rise, they also begin their inevitable decline. The forces that construct are mirrored by those that deconstruct. Wind, water, and ice, the agents of erosion, tirelessly work to wear down these monumental structures. Rivers carve deep valleys, glaciers grind their way through rock, and wind scours the surface, slowly reducing mountains to fragments of their former glory. This cycle of uplift and erosion ensures that no mountain remains unchanged, a constant reminder of the Earth's evolving nature. Yet, even as they erode, mountains continue to play a vital role in shaping the environment around them. They influence weather patterns and climate, directing the flow of winds and the distribution of rainfall. Their presence can create microclimates, nurturing unique ecosystems that thrive in their shadow. The life that clings to these slopes, from the hardiest plants to the most elusive animals, is a testament to nature's adaptability. In this ongoing cycle of creation and destruction, mountains serve as a poignant symbol of the Earth's resilience and adaptability. They are a reflection of the planet's capacity for renewal, each peak a chapter in a story that has been unfolding for billions of years. The landscape we see today is but a snapshot in time, a temporary arrangement of rock and soil that will one day be transformed. The mountains we admire today are not the same as those that existed in the past, nor will they be the same in the future. They are part of a continuum, a landscape still being written by the forces of nature. Each moment is a point on a timeline that stretches back into the depths of geological history and forward into the unknown. In contemplating mountains, one is reminded of the impermanence inherent in all things. Their grandeur, while awe-inspiring, is fleeting, destined to be reshaped and reimagined by the earth. Yet, in this transience lies a quiet beauty, a reminder of the intricate processes that sustain our world. Mountains are a celebration of the Earth's enduring vitality, a testament to the ever-changing nature of the planet we call home. As we conclude our exploration, let us carry with us the understanding that mountains are more than mere landforms. They are living entities, constantly evolving, their story interwoven with the history of the Earth itself. Their presence invites us to reflect on the passage of time, to appreciate the slow, deliberate rhythms of nature, and to find solace in the knowledge that the world is ever-changing, yet always renewing itself.